This is Deacon Dale Cutlen, originally from Aberdare and now in his final year of formation for the priesthood at Allen Hall.
And this is Father Elliot Hanson, originally from Barry and now University Chaplain to Cardiff Universities.
When did you decide to train?
It took quite a long time, so I became a Catholic when I was 16, and then when I was about 22, 23, I started feeling the same sort of thing that got me to become a Catholic. And I remember making the decision when I was in Rome, and I told my parish priest, who then asked me why would I want to do something so stupid in my life. And then the second sort of big thing was when I was in Westminster Cathedral working for the summer. What did friends say? They find it very strange, but they've been incredibly supportive, so I'm very grateful for them. And a lot of them are not Catholic, so they find it strange but supportive. I've got to say the same question as you now, because you didn't read it as it was.
No, because when you just... Oh!
Yeah, so I'll do the same question.
Sorry.
I'm a professional. When did you decide to train for the priesthood, and what did your friends say?
Well, it was towards the end of my second year of university down in Southampton when I really started thinking about the priesthood, and I went to see my chaplain there to tell her absolutely not. But that kind of, again, that niggling feeling wouldn't quite go, so I thought I have to at least explore this. So then I spent a year teaching English in the south of France, and while I was there I lived with clergy, and that kind of gave me an experience of what it was like to live in a presbytery and to do things in the parish. And then after that I came back and I thought, well, I've done that now, I can move on, but no, then I started the formal application process for the diocese. And when I told my friends, a lot of them saw it coming, which was a surprise. It would have been nice if they told me, but yeah, they've been very supportive over the years. Are you still in touch with those friends? Do they treat you differently now?
Most of them, I would say so. After university, lots of you move away, start doing different jobs. So it's a natural break in life where friendships redefine, come and go. I don't think they treat me any differently now. I certainly have no more sort of respect from them than I had before. They know too much about me.
True.
Cut that bit out.
Well, my friends from university, we had a nice kind of gathering of from the CathSoc, and they were always very supportive. Indeed, it was a friend of mine who told me to get off my backside and actually post the forms after I'd been sitting on them for 8 months. But a lot of them were present at my ordination, which was a great joy, and I've had the pleasure of saying Mass for that group as well. So yeah, we're in touch. We keep in touch with each other. Do they treat me differently any now? Again, not really. One of them insists on calling me father, which is a bit weird. I said, don't do that. But
it's more strange when 80-year-olds call you it in the parish.
Yes.
Double your age.
Yes, quite, isn't it just? But no, they don't treat me any differently now. I wouldn't want them to. What were you doing before you entered seminary?
Yeah, so I had a normal job like other people. I was fairly unhappy in the sort of corporate world. I knew that I wanted to change, and then this feeling of seminary and the application had happened. But I was aware that quite a lot of people drop out of seminary and decide to go and do other things with their lives. So I wanted a backup plan. So I went back to university and did a medieval history degree in case this didn't work out. Mm. And yourself?
So I read modern languages at the University of Southampton, and so the year previous to applying, just before I applied, I'd spent teaching English in the south of France, and I continued doing a little bit of that over in the UK as well, so teaching English as a second language. But I was finishing off and running around like a headless chicken trying to finish off my thesis. What do you do in seminary?
Mysterious question. Family are quite perplexed when they come to seminary, and friends. It's just sort of like living in a religious community that's also like a university in a sort of way. I describe it as. One of my sisters has been 22 years in the Navy and is convinced seminary life is exactly the same as military life. I don't know what that means. I certainly don't seem to do as much physical activity as she does. But yeah, your day is normally made up of a big chunk of prayer in the morning with meditation, lauds, mass, and then normally lectures until about midday. And then in the afternoons, meetings, nap time, Netflix. Depends what the day is, really. But much like life in the presbytery, each day can be different in the diary.
Well, that's the great joy of it, is that no day is really the same. You have the kind of the familiar structures, the flow of mass, the lectures at the university, and then after that, there'll be various kind of moments of input. So kind of the spiritual father will give a reflection once a week. We come together for moments of kind of community events, outreach things. Lots of different things, and that's kind of the joy of it, really. Did you get a student loan?
Not a student loan in the way you do for university, but the diocese are incredible in the support they give you, both in terms of what it costs to be in seminary and day-to-day life, what it is to live life. So this priest training fund is an incredible thing that's done wonders in my life. Absolutely changed my life. I couldn't be where I am at all without the generosity of the Archdiocese of Cardiff and the priest training fund.
Absolutely. Without the priest training fund, I quite simply would not have been able to afford to undertake my training. So it's very much thanks to the generosity of the Archdiocese, and more widely of the all the benefactors of this great fund, that I'm here today. If you hadn't chosen to be a priest, what would have been your dream job?
Well, as I said, before entering seminary, went back to do a second degree in medieval history. My plan then was, if not the priesthood, then teaching. Mm-hmm. And what would you have done? What was your dream job?
Well, many people ask, did you go into the priesthood because you had no other options? Well, trust me, I had plenty of other options. I was looking at going into teaching as well. So one avenue I was looking at was teaching English as a foreign language. So I was looking at going abroad to do that again. Another avenue I was also exploring was going down the academics route. So I was looking at doing my master's here in Cardiff and going down that route in translation. But I'm glad it's turned out the way it has.
Yes, I briefly thought about higher education, but then realised I'm not smart enough, so decided for me.
What do you do to relax?
The normal things. Love a docu-series. Love the theatre, love a movie, and love going out with friends. The pub, one of my favourites.
Absolutely. That says, what do I try to do to relax? Again, I try to keep up with friends. Having friends is really important, and so I try and make time to kind of catch up with people. As a particular favourite of mine is just spending the day off with my dear mother. I'm lucky enough that mother doesn't live too far away. So I'll go down to Barry, and we'll have a nice walk along the beach, and maybe fish and chips on the way home.
I spend a lot of my free time baking, but I'm not sure it relaxes me. I sort of have a breakdown every time I do it. So, yeah.
Yes, we've seen you in the kitchen covered in flour, rocking back and forth and crying.
Yes, every Monday.
Where in the world would be the dream location for your parish?
Well, I suppose I've answered this by choosing the Archdiocese of Cardiff.
That's the correct answer.
As a Catholic priest, you belong to your bishop in a way, and to his territory. So in choosing your diocese, you choose where you're likely to spend the rest of your life ministering. So, home.
Absolutely. Where in the world would be your dream location? Well, we've chosen the Archdiocese because it is our dream location. as it were. And I've had the great joy of greatly enjoying the experiences I've had in the various parishes across the Archdiocese. But still, if you were to set up a beach mission on Barry Island, I'd be there.
Oh no, the valley, surely.
Right, that's it.